Hey guys, Matt Science here, and today I am back for another episode of r/TIFU, where today I have 3 stories lined up, and they're gonna be very interesting. Let's start on the right side. Today I forked up by telling my daughter her girlfriend is my ex. So I, a 40-year-old male, have a daughter, 21, who started dating her partner, a 30-year-old female, about a month ago. She called me to tell me about this new encounter when they went on her first date. Her mother has not been in the picture since she was an infant, so she and my daughter are very close. And now that she's a female, I can proudly say that we have a great bond. She has always been hardworking, and after graduating high school, she decided to start working before choosing a college. About 6 months ago, she moved out on her own. About a year ago, I met this woman in a bar. We had a few drinks and ended up at her place. Things went well, and after a few dates, I decided to lay down what I wanted in a relationship. We discussed it, and she wanted to have a kid, but I already had the pleasure of raising my daughter and was unwilling to do it again. So we decided to break it off. I never told my daughter because it wasn't anything serious. Well, a month ago I got a call from my daughter telling me she went on an amazing date with a woman who she instantly connected with. I was happy for her and wished her the best with future encounters. Well, after a few weeks and several dates, they decided to make it official. So my daughter changed her relationship status on Facebook and posted a picture of her and my ex. The wave of shock that rushed over me was, to say the least, paralyzing. I didn't know what to do, so I called my daughter and invited her over to talk alone. Well, we sat down on the couch and I explained everything. As you would expect, she did not take it well at all, especially because she and my ex planned on inviting me to a meal later in the week, which would have been horribly awkward. My daughter left shortly after and apparently talked to her girlfriend. Once my daughter showed my ex a picture of me, apparently she knew right away, and expectedly they ended the relationship. Now my daughter is a lot more distant from me, and I assume it's because she needs the space, but how are we supposed to go back to normal after this? I doubt my daughter will look at me the same, considering we barely maintain eye contact after I broke the news to her. Oh. TLDR, my daughter started dating someone I had a fling with. I told her and they broke it off. Now me and my daughter are distant and awkward. See, what you need, yes, you made a good move of telling telling your daughter what was going on. The other way you could have taken it is you don't say anything and just stay quiet. Yes, you do seem to come off as more of the a-hole in that situation. But if it's the girlfriend does that, because of that, it's it's no matter which situation happens, you're gonna be distant. There's not much you can do there. Today I forked up by buying a laptop that only works with women, or men if they have a shower or bath before using it. What? Dear everyone, this post could also be educational for people who work with laptop hardware or services them. Firstly, I need to apologize for my English, as this is not my first language, so some phrases can be wrong, just as grammar here and there. So the story started 4 weeks ago when we decided to buy a new laptop for my wife. I found one on a very popular marketplace, a Dell 7430 i7 16GB model. They should be over £600 or $700. This was only £150, pristine condition, and warranty just expired a week ago, but it was advertised as a bit hectic machine. Bought it as I thought whatever the problem is, I'll fix it. I have worked with hardware for a long time and always found challenging to find problems, so I thought that would be easy. I went and asked if there was anything wrong with it. She said her husband can't use it as it always turns itself off when he is using it. She never had a problem, and Dell said nothing wrong with it. It does not like to work with his husband, that's all. I thought I never heard more stupid explanation for a laptop sale, but whatever. Bought it. Took it home, switched on, started installing fresh Windows 11. Then a minute later the machine went to sleep mode. I was like, okay, this could happen, so don't worry about it. Carry on installing. 5 minutes later, sleep mode. I started to worry, and at the same time started to think what that could be. With all the updates, it took me 4 hours to finish Win 11. So the laptop went to sleep about 20 times. Then my wild ride started. I went to have a shower and came back downstairs to polish up the system for my wife, and the machine worked as it should. Finished it all, then handed it to my wife. All went well until Friday evening, and I sat back to it to do some work on a charity website. Laptop went to sleep mode straight away. I was like, whack-a frap! Why did I finish the job on it? But kept going to sleep every 2 minutes. Asked my wife if that happened to her too. She said it didn't. So I got her to sit down and worked on it, and nothing happened. The laptop worked properly without any issue. Then I went there, 30 seconds later, the laptop went to sleep. Imagine my face. I thought this laptop is sexist as fuck. I got very confused. I went upstairs, took a shower, came back down. It worked. I am not religious. Not a believer. I don't believe in ghosts or flat earth. I love math, physics, so you can imagine how confused I was. Anyways, I finished that job without any glitch. Next morning, I went downstairs to see the lovely laptop that has a soul. Guess what? Started to go to sleep as soon as I approached it. I bumped the microphone. It felt like whenever I hovered my hand over the shift, it went to sleep. I have updated drivers, deleted keyboard generic driver, installed Pacific one, changed power settings. Nothing worked. Did the same thing. You know what? I got that confused that evening. I went to take a shower just to please my wife's laptop. Don't laugh. I do. Came back downstairs, worked. Again, that cannot be a coincidence. More confusion. A lot more. Then I woke up this morning, ignored the bird chirping that came from outside. I have not even fed my spider. There were many questions about my spider. His name is Mr. Bean. There are 2 pictures of him separately in the comment section. We'll not focus on the spider. So he was looking at me very grumpy all day. All I did was storm downstairs, switch the miserable little B word on. Then, oh boy, it went to sleep in 1 minute. I was looking at the black screen and seeing my face in it as all my confidence and years of experience slowly leaving my brain through my eyes, along with my soul. This cannot be. This is impossible. So what can a man do? I went to get a morning bath. I said do not laugh. Especially since when I came back, it worked. I have stopped working on this problem and given up. I also started to browse eBay for a Bible and joined the Flat Earthers on Facebook. I am joking, but I've probably never been closer to these before. I did not touch that devil again today, and I went to sleep at 9 PM. Then I suddenly woke up 2 hours later, just before I wrote this post, and a little light bulb lit up in my head. When I have a shower, I always take my bracelets off, and my bracelet has a tiny magnetic thing on it. I put it back on every morning. I swelled down without my bracelets, and the laptop worked as it should. I ran back up, put the bracelets on, had to go again, and the laptop started to go to sleep again. There you go. I almost had to worship a laptop. Then there it is. Physics, the glorious thing, thinks I am closing the lid when the magnet gets close to the sensor. I hope you enjoyed this story as much as I enjoyed squeezing my brain in the last 3 days. Thank you for reading. What in the world? I brought the laptop for my wife that turned out only works if I had a shower before I use it. It was my magnetic bracelet in the end. And apparently the husband had a magnetic strap Apple Watch. What a steal on that laptop. Magnets, how do they work? Today I forked up by punishing the sandwich thief with super spicy Carolina Reaper sauce. You mean like this? I love hot sauce. And I feel like I made a bad choice with Carolina Reaper. In a shared hangar with several workshops, my friends and I rented a small space for our knife-making enterprise. For a year, our shared kitchen and fridge functioned harmoniously, with everyone respecting one another's food. However, an anonymous individual began stealing my sandwiches, consuming half of each one, leaving bite marks as if to taunt me. Initially, I assumed it was a one-off incident, but it occurred again. I was determined to act. I prepared sandwiches with an extremely spicy Carolina Reaper sauce, a teaspoon in each, leaving a note warning about the consequences of stealing someone else's food, and went out for lunch. Upon my return, chaos reigned. The atmosphere was one of panic, and a woman's scream cut through the commotion, accompanied by a child's cry. Oh no. The culprit turned out to be our cleaner's 9-year-old son, who she had been bringing to work during his school's disinfection week. He made a habit of pilfering from the fridge, bypassing the healthy lunches his mother had prepared in favour of my sandwiches. The child was in distress, suffering from the intense spiciness of the sauce. In my defense, I explained that the sandwiches were mine, and I spiked them with hot sauce. The cleaner, initially relieved by my explanation, suddenly became furious, accusing of trying to harm her child. This resulted in an escalated situation, with the cleaner reporting an incident to our landlord and threatening police intervention. The incident strained relations within the other workshops, siding with the cleaner due to her status as a mother. Consequently, our landlord has given us a month to relocate, adding to our financial struggles. My friends too are upset with me. I maintain my innocence. I had no idea a child was the food thief, and I would never intentionally harm a child. Nevertheless, it seems I am held responsible, accused of creating a huge problem from a seemingly trivial situation. The child is okay, no harm to the health was inflicted. It still was just an edible sauce, just very, very spicy. Why are people hating on the poster for doing this? Again, going back to the point, he did not know a child was stealing his food. It's not his fault. He was trying to catch a thief with hot sauce, basically. And I know this stuff is hot. I know how hot Carolina Reaper is. I don't like the fact that, like, oh, she's a mother, she should take care of a kid. It's like, the mother should teach the kid not to steal other people's food. Like, she should see the lunch in there and be like, oh, it's not been eaten. Why didn't you eat your food, kid? And then he would have been like, I did eat something. And then it was like, she would have been like, did you take food from someone else? It's like, yeah, I grabbed a sandwich that was in there. It's like, what if that kid was allergic to peanuts and it was a peanut butter sandwich? Like, the mother should be held responsible as well. Like, yes, OP should have been more careful. Should have done should have looked at cameras before anything. One thing I always suggest for, like, if someone's stealing food, if someone's trying to get you evicted or anything like that, cameras. You do cameras. Like, in this situation, you got child stealing food, camera on the fridge. Just camera on the fridge. You let everyone know that there's a camera. And then you'd be like, I'm putting a camera on this fridge because someone's stealing my food. Or if someone's trying to get you evicted from a place because of a noise complaint, set up a camera in your own, like, apartment. And, like, because, like, you don't really need to let people know that you've done that because it's your apartment. Like, you probably can't put stuff in the walls, so you would need, like, some sort of, like, stand sort of camera. But you can avoid so much trouble with that type of thing. Just camera. I am sorry for that rant. I'm gonna end this episode here. Links will be in the description to the main channel and the second channel for you guys to go check out. Don't forget to subscribe and hit the notification bell so you know it comes out. A ding, a ding. I'm the Mad Scientist. Mad Scientist out.